how to get your real estate license. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different requirements for getting your real estate license in California. Each state is going to have its own separate requirements. I'm going to be talking about California because that's where I am licensed. Keep in mind, there are two different types of licenses in California, a salesperson license and a broker license. In this video, we're going over the salesperson license. The broker license has more requirements. Some of them either are experience-based or additional college courses or education-based. But to keep it simple, we're going over salesperson license in California in this video. The very first step is to make sure that you want to get your salesperson license. Make the decision and commit to getting your license. Once you've committed to getting your license, make sure a couple things here. The first, you are at least 18 years old. The second, you have a social security number or a individual taxpayer identification number, also known as a ITIN. And as long as you have those two things, then we can move on to the next steps. Keep in mind, the normal time frame for most people to get their real estate license is somewhere between 3 and 6 months. It could be, a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, depending on how fast you can complete your coursework and pass the test. Okay, so now we're going to go into the actual logistics of getting your license. The first step, you need to get 135 hours of approved pre-license education. That sounds like a ton of hours, but it's really broken down into 3 courses. The first course is real estate principles. The second is real estate practice. And then you'll have a decision that you can make. You can choose a third course. It could be real estate appraisal. It could be property management. It could be real estate finance, real estate economics, general accounting, business law. There's a couple others that you can pick from. Each of those 3 courses is going to be 45 hours each for a total of 135 hours. I'm going to share the link where I completed mine. You can typically, go on Google, you could Google or even just search online for real estate pre-licensing. Many of these service providers also provide a bundle of practice tests for when you take the actual test. Once again, I'm going to have a link for where I did my education. So when you're completing your education of these 3 courses, each course will have a final exam. You're going to have to pass all 3, and then you'll get a certificate saying you completed your education piece. Keep in mind, with the courses, the education piece, the cost can range from $100 to $400, depending on the package or bundle that you decide to purchase. The next step after you complete the education is you need to get a criminal background check. The cost of that could be $49 to $100. I just used Google or Yelp, and I typed in Livescan and just used my local provider. So after completing your education and your background check, the next thing you're going to do is go to the California Department of Real Estate website, and you're going to apply for the exam and your license. So the cost is $60 to apply for the exam and $245 to apply for the license. I'm going to add a link here that will take you directly to the California Department of Real Estate, DRE, e-licensing portal. So I recommend just doing everything online. It's right there. You can do it from the comfort of your home. Once you've completed your exam and license application, go ahead and start scheduling your real estate exam. So when you are going to schedule your real estate salesperson license exam, it does take some time for that application that you completed earlier to get processed by the DRE. We're also going to add a link to show you the processing time frame. So let's say you submitted everything and you should expect to hear a response 2 weeks later. The DRE actually has that on their website, so you can keep track and schedule accordingly. Now, the exam itself, you need to get a 70% to pass. And so there's 150 questions. You need to get a 105 out of 150 to pass. You're going to know right after you take the exam if you passed or not. It tells you right after. Don't worry if you didn't pass it on the first try. You're allowed to take it again. You just have to wait 18 days until you can take it again. That's 2.5 weeks. After you pass, if you haven't decided on a brokerage, that would be the time to start interviewing and figuring out what's the right fit for you and how are they going to help you build your business. If you have any questions on this process, email me here, dtsaihomes@gmail.com. Happy to just help you navigate or answer any questions about being a real estate professional. And then here on the last slide, it's just a summary of the steps. So complete your education, pass each course's final exam, get a background check, do the e-licensing and apply for the exam and license, pass that test, find the right broker to work with, and have a great real estate career. If you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe.